Hello everyone, it's Brooke again from Triforce. Today we have another yoga flow featuring chair pose and eagle pose. So you'll see those a little bit in today's flow. So let's get on our mat. We're going to start lying down with the knees bent. And we can place one hand on the belly, one hand on the chest, and just taking a moment to connect to the breath. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling out through the nose. Bringing awareness inwards, noticing where your breath flows, and noticing the rhythm of your breath. We're going to take 3 deep breaths here, inhaling as much air as your lungs can handle, and then exhaling it all out. 2 more. Inhale, exhale. Again, inhale, big breath in, and exhaling it all out. We're going to bring our hands down by our side, keeping with a nice full breath. Inhaling, arms go back, and exhale, bringing the hands back down. Try and sync it with your breath. Inhale, stretching the arms, and exhale back down. Inhale, stretching the arms back, maybe a pause at the top, and exhale back down. Let's bring the hips into this, pushing up through the heels. This time, arms go back just like before. And exhale, setting one vertebrae down at a time, arms sink. Inhale, pushing up through those heels. Enjoy the stretch at the top. And exhale, bringing the arms back down. Let's go for one more, pushing up through the heels. Stretch those arms back. And exhale, bringing the arms back down. We'll straighten both legs, and then we're going to bring the right knee in towards the chest, and flexing both feet. Still warming up, noticing how the body's feeling. And we can release that, bringing the left knee in towards the chest. And trying to keep the breath nice and present here and throughout our practice today. We can set that down. And we're going to make our way into a seated position. So find a nice comfortable seat, sit bones pressed into the earth. We're going to interlace the fingers and place that just behind our head, thumbs on either side of the neck. And then we're going to allow our neck to fall towards our chest. And then maybe, if it's comfortable for you, allowing your elbows to come in towards the sides of the head, kind of wrapping around. Again, only if it's comfortable for you. Let the head be nice and heavy. Good stretch here for the neck. Keep in mind we don't want to be really pulling down on the back of the head. Just let yourself be nice and passive here. And we'll come on up and release the hands. Inhale, stretching the arms up. Exhale, twisting towards the right. Letting the arms fall wherever they do. Each inhale, lengthening the spine nice and tall, and exhale, twisting. Maybe taking the gaze over the left shoulder. Inhale, arms back to center. Exhale, twisting to the other side. Again, letting the arms just fall wherever they do. Enjoy this twist here. And keeping that breath nice and present. We'll inhale the arms back up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Let's make our way into a tabletop position. In our tabletop, we want to have the wrists right underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and neck in line with the spine. We're going to move our body very organically here. So going for some hip circles, maybe throwing in a few cat and cow. Really just move your body very organically, whatever direction you're feeling. Maybe pausing at one spot if that feels good for you. And we'll meet back in a tabletop when you're ready, curling those toes under. We're going to lift the knees a few centimeters up off the earth, floating or elevated table, noticing how your spine is nice and flat. Wrists are underneath those shoulders. We'll bring the butt towards the heel and then tailbone up towards the sky. Downward facing dog. Let's just walk out our down dog, bending one knee and the other. Again, still warming up, noticing how the body's feeling. We'll come to a holding position now. Heels don't have to touch the earth, but they're going towards the earth. We're going to rock the weight forward into a plank. So nice straight line, shoulders to heels. Exhale, down dog. Do that a few more times. Inhale, rocking it forward. Exhale, down dog. Relax the heels. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Bending the knees, looking between the hands, we'll step or jump the feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift, squeeze the shoulder blades towards one another. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift again. Nice flat back, squeeze those shoulder blades towards one another. And exhale, folding forward. Inhale, arms up towards the sky. And exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to set up our first chair pose today. So feet either hip width apart, or if you like big toes together, heels apart, go for that. We'll inhale the arms up. We're going to exhale into our first chair pose. You're going to see a lot of chair poses today. Don't be scared. We're going to want to keep the weight in the heels. Take a look at your big toes. See if you can see them. Maybe going a little bit lower if we can. And then rising up, we're going to bring the right knee right into the chest. Trying to bring the chest forward. A little micro bend in that left knee. And we're going to shoot that leg back to warrior 3. So really warming up the legs here. Maybe inhaling the arms towards the front of the mat. Also keep them on your hips or any other variation. And we're going to come to standing. Inhale the arms up. Grabbing onto opposite elbows, we're going to take a nice side bend towards the right, squaring the chest and the hips. Inhale back to center, and exhale other side. Inhale back to center, and releasing the hands to heart center. Inhale, arms coming up. We're going to go right away into our chair pose, keeping the weight in the heels. Maybe taking a little bit lower if you can. Don't worry, we got a few more of these to play around with today. Keeping the chest forward. We'll rise on up. Left knee's coming into the chest this time. Trying to keep that left foot flexed if we can. Little micro bend in the right knee as always. And shooting that left foot leg back into warrior 3. Again, playing with the hand variations. Maybe out in front, by our sides. And we'll come to standing. Inhale the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, placing the hands on the earth, stepping or jumping the feet back to plank. Option to lower the knees. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Bending the knees, looking between the hands, stepping or jumping the feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, sweeping the arms towards the front of the mat, right into our chair pose. Keeping the weight in the heels, chest up. You've got this. Now from here, we're going to step that right leg back. Try and keep the bend in the front knee, high lunge. Back leg is nice and straight, giving some of the weight to the outside of that front foot. We'll interlace the fingers behind the back. And on the exhale, we're going to fold forward on the inside of that leg, keeping the back straight, rising back up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, rising strong through those legs. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, rising. And bring the hands onto the hips. We're going to lower the right leg down for low lunge, inhaling the arms up. Option to stay just where you are, or maybe bringing the right hand down onto the mat, left hand up towards the sky. We'll bring the top hand down, curling the back toes. We'll step back to plank. From here, we're going to be making our way into a side plank. So keep in mind the modifications, maybe from the knees or the forearms if you have tender or sore wrists. That's always a great option. Coming back to center, changing to the other side when you're ready. Again, trying to keep those hips up and also trying to keep the breath present here. Oftentimes we hold our breath during side plank. We want to embrace it here. Let's bring that top hand back down. Option to lower the knees. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe it out. Relax those heels down. Bending the knees. Looking between the hands, we'll step or jump the feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, arms up towards the sky. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward, sweeping the arms towards the front of the mat, right into chair pose. Again, we want to keep the weight in the heels, maybe taking our seat a little bit lower if we can. Keeping the bend in the knees, we're going to step the left leg back, high lunge on the other side. Wiggle it back if you need. And inhaling the arms up towards the sky. Nice and strong through that front leg. Giving the weight to the outside of that front foot. We'll interlace the fingers behind the back. Exhale, folding forward, nice flat back on the inside of that right leg. Rising back up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, strong legs rising up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, rising up. Hands come to the hips. We're setting that back leg down for low lunge. Inhaling the arms up. Option to stay here, or left hand comes down to the earth or a block. Right hand stretching up. Nice twist here. Breathing into both sides of the body. Let's bring that top hand down, curling the back toes. We'll step back to plank. We're going to be making our way into side plank for this round. So either side to start, it does not matter. And taking the variation that's right for you. We'll bring that hand back to center. Other side. Keeping the hips lifted, breath present. And coming back to center. Option to lower the knees. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. Maybe exhaling out through the mouth. Let go of some energy. We'll bend the knees, looking between the hands, stepping or jumping the feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, arms up towards the sky. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, placing the hands on the earth, stepping or jumping the feet back to plank. Option to lower the knees. We're going to lower down all the way. We're going to go right into our baby cobra, so keep the hands beside the chest. Tops of the feet press down into the mat. On the inhale, lifting the chest, engaging the back muscles, and maybe lifting the hands up off the earth. Squeezing the shoulder blades towards one another. Press the tops of the feet into the mat and squeeze the glutes. On your next exhale, lowering down right here on the mat. For our next back bend, there's going to be two options. So the first option is going to be locust pose. So arms stretched out in front, which I'll show, and lifting all four limbs in the head. The other one will be bow pose. If that's in your practice, you can go for that. So first I'm going to show locust pose. So on the inhale, lifting all four limbs, holding there. If you'd like to go for bow pose, grabbing on to the ankles, the legs, lifting the chest, trying to keep the knees relatively close to one another, keeping the breath present no matter which variation you're in. You want to keep the breath nice and full, maybe even getting a little rocking motion happening. You've got this. Few more breaths here. And exhale, lowering down. I'm going to go for our counter in child's pose. Knees together, feet together for this. We'll stretch the arms out in front. If it feels good for you, we can walk the hands towards the right, holding there. And coming back to center. And walking the hands towards the left. And back to center. We'll make our way back up into a tabletop. We're going to be making our way into bird dog. So we're going to bring the right arm up, left leg up. Take a minute, stabilize the core, and on the exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, connecting. Inhale, move with the breath. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And we can set that down. Shake out those wrists, dance out those knees, do what you gotta do before we go to the other side. And when you're ready, we're gonna stretch the right leg back, left arm. Take a moment, engage the core. Exhale, connecting knee and elbow. Inhale, opening up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And let's set that down. Shake out the wrists, dance out the knees. We'll curl the toes under. Bringing the butt towards the heels and tailbone up towards the sky. Bending the knees, looking between the hands, we'll step or jump the feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, arms up towards the sky. And exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to make our way into our eagle pose. So we'll bring the hands out in front of us. Right arm's going to go underneath, either going for palms or elbows, whatever is most comfortable for you. Bending the knees just a little bit. Inhaling the right leg up, maybe staying there, maybe wrapping around, and maybe sitting into our eagle pose, almost like a chair pose. So they're kind of combined here. Your leg does not have to wrap all the way around, wherever's comfortable. Trying to keep the elbows though in line with the shoulders, so keep them up. Get a nice stretch in the back. Inhale, we can release that out, arms up overhead, and exhale, hands to heart center. Let's get the other side. This time left arm sweeps underneath, palms or shoulders. Little micro bend in the knees. Left leg comes up, maybe crossing over, you don't have to. And maybe sitting into the chair. One side's always different than the other. This one's a little more challenging for me personally. Want to try and keep that left hip back if we can, in line with the right. Elbows staying up. And we can release our eagle pose. Inhaling the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. So for this next one, you might want to have a chair, especially if you don't have blocks. So you can go pause the video and grab yourself a chair if you'd like. Don't worry too much about the distance now. And if you have a block, you can lean up against the wall, and we're going to place that block in between the knees. So modified chair pose. Like I said, chair pose is one of the themes, as well as eagle pose. So we're going to get into the eagle portion. Arms out in front, wrapping the right arm underneath, either going for the palms or going for the shoulders, keeping the elbows up. Nice distraction for our legs, probably feeling the burn there. We'll bring those arms out in front. Let's change sides with our eagle arms. Trying to keep a nice bend in those knees. Ankles underneath the knees. You got this. Let's release the arms to the wall and pushing up through the wall to release out. And let go of that block. Here's where the chair is going to come in handy. So you're going to want to push your sit bones where you would normally sit on the floor up against the wall. So we're going to go for a supported forward fold. So maybe coming onto a chair. If you need to go a little further, maybe coming to the earth, but why not use the chair if you got one? Now this is an active forward fold, so we want to be pushing the sit bones against the wall. So you're constantly pushing your butt towards the wall. The femurs, the back of the legs, going towards the wall. We have a nice flat back here. You can relax the head. Keep it nice and active. And we can slowly get out of that. You can get rid of the chair. And we're going to make our way to lying down. So we're going to be going for some eagle crunches here. So again, theme. So let's get into eagle arms. If that's not comfortable, just bring the palms together, elbows together. You don't need to twist. And we're going to cross the legs like eagle pose. Again, you don't have to wrap around. So we're going to be crunching up on the exhale, inhale back. Exhale, crunching, inhale back. 3, 4, exhale, inhale back. 5, we're going for 10 by the way. 6, 7, 8, exhale. 9, you got this. And 10. Changing sides. So changing arms. I'm showing the alternative right now. So if you want to just bring the palms together and no crossing in the legs or the arms, go for that. Or a combo. And let's go. 1, 2, exhale each time you crunch. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Really feeling the burn. You got it. 9, 10. Let's bring those knees in towards the chest. Rocking from side to side. little counter. So we're going to bring the feet on the earth. We're going to take a nice bridge pose here. If you have a block, you can place one between the knees, arms out by the side, and pushing up through the heels, lifting the hips. Option to lift one leg here if you'd like. Squeezing the block with the knees, you'll really engage the inner thighs. If you have one foot up, let's change feet. If you have one foot up, you can put that down. And on your next exhale, lowering down one vertebrae at a time. Quick counter, knees to chest, and we're going to get a little bit more core, because why not? So we're going to make a diamond with the index finger and the thumb and place that right underneath the buttocks. Tops of the feet are going to come towards the sky. Two options here, you can either lower one leg at a time, alternating legs, or you can lower both legs at the same time. So whatever variation you're feeling, you go for that. We're going to go for 10 reps. 1, 2, exhale, bring back up, inhale, lower. 3, 4, you've got it. 5, 6, 7, 8, feeling the burn, you got it. 9, and 10. Bring those knees in towards the chest. That's it for core, I promise. We'll bring the arms out by the side, capital T. And we're going to allow the knees to fall towards the left. I like to put my left hand on my knees, whatever feels nice for you. Maybe taking the gaze towards the right fingertips. We're unwinding. Come back to the breath if you've lost it, especially after all that core. Find it again here. In through the nose, out through the nose. Let's bring the gaze back to center, legs back to center. And on the exhale, allowing the knees to fall towards the right. Maybe taking the gaze towards the left fingertips. Again, coming back to the breath. Allow yourself to unwind. Bring the gaze back to center. We'll bring the knees in towards the chest. I want you to come up into a nice tight ball, so squeezing every part of your body, your toes, your hands, your legs, your arms, your core, your jaw, and exhale out through the mouth, releasing down. We'll do a few more breath releases. Inhale, exhale out through the mouth. Inhale, exhale out through the mouth. Allow yourself to come into Shavasana, arms and legs naturally falling out towards the side. Relaxing the space between the brow, unclenching the jaw, and taking these next few moments to be present. To remember that yoga is not only about the doing, but also about the undoing. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.